We were wondering the last great 4-year player, like truly great player in college basketball. Because Tim Duncan stayed, Grant Hill stayed, Ewing stayed. I can go back if you want to include, he's not a great player, but he was the number 1 overall pick. Kenyon Martin, I think, all 4 years at Cincinnati. But the last truly great player who stayed for 4 years, yeah, Paul?
Tim Duncan, I'm looking back, could have gone out after his sophomore or junior season and been a top 5 pick. He stayed, and he was 1997. That's pretty late in the game.
Yeah.
That was well past the one-and-done era.
Grant Hill, he stayed all 4 years. Anybody after that where you go, that guy is great? I mean, now it's to the point if you don't leave after your freshman year, certainly after your sophomore year, something's wrong with you. You know, like Zach Edey, you're going, well, he needs to get better. Luke Garza needed to get better. And then sometimes you'll stay. Steph Curry, Steph stayed so he could work on his ball handling skills and become a point guard as opposed to a shooting guard. Yeah, Paul?
Right before Tim Duncan, Allen Iverson did 2 years. Glenn Robinson did 3 years. This is just before Chris Webber did 2 years. Shaq did 2 years. I think you'd have to go back to Danny Manning in 1988. He was the number 1 pick. I think he played all 4 years at Kansas.
Yeah, but that's 88. I'm talking about
nothing since. Not even close since. After him, it was Elton Brand and Kwame Brown and Yao Ming and LeBron James. There's nothing even close. Guys who stayed a long time.
So who is the last great player to stay 4 years? Was it Tim Duncan or Grant Hill? Who came first or last?
Grant Hill's older.
He is, okay.
That's tough, though. That's tough to figure out.
Well, how many guys do stay longer than 2 years? If you're truly a great player. But is Duncan the last of that generation? Even staying 3 years. That's why you'll never have another Leitner again. You won't. Because somebody of that magnitude is not going to stay 4 years. Now, he stayed 4 years because he loved playing at Duke. But he was a top 5 pick by Minnesota. There won't be another Patrick Ewing. I mean, Tim Duncan, all these guys that stay 4 years. There's really no reason to stay all 4 years, or 3 years, or 2 years. Yes, Marv.
The only guys that stay all 4 years are fringe NBA players. Like, you know what? If you get drafted, you'll be a late first round, early second round. Like the guys we're talking about, like you said, Shaq and Duncan and Ewing, Ralph Sampson. Yeah. Those guys could have gone out 2 years before they declared for the draft.